Hey guys, it's Tina. I'm a professional makeup artist, and today I'm going to be showing you how to cover very dark under eye circles without, and this is key, without using a lighter concealer than your skin tone, without baking, and without using that little triangle Kim Kardashian trend technique. Really quick before we move on, please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Just click the little red button. It's free and it would help me so much and I would appreciate it tremendously. Oh, and follow my new Instagram page. It might look like I don't have that bad of under eye circles right now because I have this really strong light in front of me. It does look a little darker in person or in more natural lighting. And I know some of you might think it's too much, like, whoa, your under eye circles are really bad. And others might think it's not bad at all. But it actually depends. Everybody has it different. Some people have it way darker than mine. Some people have it a lot brighter and they still think or believe that they have really dark circles. But this technique is going to work for everybody. What I'm going to be using today might look like a lot of products, but I'm using very thin layers, and also I have seen people use much more products and a lot heavier products that crease eventually, doesn't look natural. So I'm trying to show today that you don't have to use that much product and that sometimes less is more actually to try to cover your dark circles. And this result looks natural, lasts a long time, and doesn't crease. So I'm going to start by using my NYX color correcting concealer palette, and we're going to be using this peachy pinky shade. The reason I'm using this is because red, which is the opposite of green on the color wheel, is going to conceal any greenness and darkness, which my undertone of my circle, I know looks a little more red right now under the light, but it is a little more greenish just because of my veins and everything. So the reddish undertone of this peachy concealer is going to conceal that. But also, because it has a little more yellow undertone to it, yellow brightens. So that is going to really brighten the under eye. I'm going to be using a Sigma Cream Color E58 brush like this. Any concealer brush would work. And take a little bit of this peachy shade right here, not too much. Remember to use very thin layers because you don't want it to cake throughout the day. And I'm going to be applying that straight where I have the most darkness of my eye. For me, it's this inner triangle and a little bit under this outer corner. But you should eye it and see for yourself what are the darkest areas under your eyes for you, because it might be different for everybody else. And you don't want to take it too far outwards or underneath or create this triangle or anything like that. You just want to focus that color correcting concealer on the actual darkest area under your eye. Then I'm going to be taking an actual concealer right after that to match my skin tone, because obviously this looks a little more peachy and pinky and doesn't look as natural. So I'm going to be using the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. And you want to take a shade that is actually matching your skin tone. Not too bright, because then it's going to be obvious that you tried to brighten your under eye area, unless that's the look that you're going for. But I like to use a shade that matches my skin tone. Once again, it looks darker, but it's just because of the light. I'm a little more tan. And you can see that it matches and still looks kind of bright because of the powder that we're going to apply after that. But you want to take this one, and also it's very smooth and it lasts longer. So anything that is long wear normally wouldn't crease and would last the whole day. So I'm taking a little bit of that, just a tiny bit, you can see. And I'm actually going to be using my finger for that. I find that the finger creates the most seamless, natural application without too many brush strokes, doesn't leave any stroke marks, and also just packs the most intensity of your product without wasting or absorbing into it like a brush would. And this concealer, I'm actually taking a little bit outwards and blending it all around my eye area to kind of blend it with my skin color. And now keep in mind, I'm not wearing any foundation or anything at the moment. So I want this to blend out with my skin tone and look as natural as possible. And you can see I'm not using a lot at all. I'm just working with whatever I had, that little tiny pump from the back of my hand. And now I'm going to take just a little bit more, being more precise on the darkest area that is under my eye, that for me is this little crease right here, because that divides the brighter, lighter color of my skin tone and the dark under eye area. So I'm going to pack a little more of that concealer only in that area. And once again, a little bit under here, because for me, that is the darkest area. Now, because we haven't used a lighter concealer, I'm going to be using a lighter powder. This is the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, and I'm going to be using a little bit of that on a Sigma E35 tapered highlighter brush. This is a little more precise because it's tapered like that, but it's still fluffy and soft. I'm using a little bit of that powder, taking just a little bit, and then I'm even tapping it on the cap to not put too much. And I'm going to be stamping that right on top on the concealer that I applied. Going all the way, and now you can kind of create that triangle shape, but you don't have to. Just go all over where you applied your concealer. And that is going to not only set it without being too cakey, because this powder is very, very thin and very fine, but also is going to brighten it. Now, I find, for me personally, that if you're using flash photography, and we've actually seen that with certain celebrities as well, that this brightening powder can just reflect light when it catches, especially with flash photography. It catches the light and then you see where you applied it. So to avoid that, what I like to do is to apply a regular face powder right on top of that. Using the same brush, I'm going to be using the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural, which does look really natural. It has a very soft satin finish. And I'm going to take that and apply just a little bit on my brush on top of it. Again, you might think that it's heavy, but the layers are very thin, and both of those powders are very thin as well. So it's not that heavy at all. It actually lasts a long, long time on me. It doesn't cake, it doesn't crease. If you want, you can even apply a little bit of a setting spray on top of that to get rid of any excess powder or anything like that. But that is the finished result. I really hope that you found it helpful and that it works for you. If it did, please let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more videos like that in the future, more makeup tips and tricks, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.